The four Beardsmen of the Bookpocalypse.
Hello, everyone.
Hola.
Hello.
It worked. Now, please, nobody stand up during this podcast.
And
Everybody
everybody,
stand up, right, for our guests. And our guest today is Cameron Johnston. Hello.
hey.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Hello, Cameron.
So
It's nice
Cameron's
to meet you
new
all.
book is coming out. It's called First Mage on the Moon. And it's out when? Very soon?
Very soon, 14th.
Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Very cool. That was smart of you to schedule that with Artemis 2. That
Yeah,
was very clever.
you will notice their previous launch had it got pulled and they had to delay it for a while. It took some doing, so a lot of strings had to be pulled, but I managed it.
That was your fault. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Smart.
absolutely,
Smart.
100%.
I
Yeah.
said this is the most brilliant piece of viral marketing I've ever seen.
But yeah, could you ask for better PR?
No. Also, your name, let's see here. Your name went around the moon on an SD card inside the capsule.
Yes,
I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently that's a
It
thing.
is a thing. Every so often, NASA does this send your name to space thing, where anyone can get like a digital boarding pass, and they put your name on a file. It goes onto a physical media drive, and they send it out on a mission.
Cool.
So my name's on Mars as well, which is excellent.
Awesome.
So, I mean,
Slowly.
it's as close as I'm going to get, as far as I'm aware.
Maybe. Apparently, Artemis 3 is going to be preparing the moon base. Maybe, from what I understand.
I mean, I'm open to an invite if if you want to hit me up.
You're going to get some really cosmic spam mail, but
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I tell my usual author spam mail.
yeah. And I'm wondering if they could develop it to the next stage where you could send your enemy's name to Uranus or something, but
Yes.
maybe not.
That
But
might be your spam mail. I don't know.
yeah, no, that would be wrong. But yeah, no, have been very lucky to read a copy. It is fantastic. Really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
It's
I mean, really, I should be writing romantasy or something at the moment. But clearly, I went for engineering fantasy, so I'm clearly doing the right thing.
yeah, it's fantastic, and just pose those questions that you never thought. How would effective medieval society cope with?
I love it.
What
Oh,
what gravity was, work out that you need air and all these, and how they approach that is a really fascinating part of the story.
It's one of these, thoughts you get as a fantasy reader that sits with you for years, and you're like, I should really write a book about that. Because I was always like, how would they describe gravity? Which was a big one for me. I mean, if you don't have signs, how do you describe that? I guess you could just say it's magic, or you just don't think about it. But it's things like that as a fantasy fan that made me write this book, because I'm essentially writing for myself.
It's very ambitious to think, because I do a similar thing. If something inspires me in the real world, I want to turn it into a fantasy. I want to put it in a fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Space travel is ambitious as hell.
Yeah. It's like you watch a film and then you go, would it be improved with the addition of dragons?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
It's like Peaky Blinders. What's his face? Peter.
Peter McLean, yes.
Improved it by putting it in a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
Same for the Hogs. What? All right, God, I'm drawing blanks. Coffee is not flowing yet.
The
Grey Bastards, Sons of Anarchy, plus
plus,
magic and stuff.
I mean, I've got the last shield above me there, That's that's essentially fantasy Die Hard in a sort of Bronze Age Scotland.
Yeah, that I was going to say that we've commented on messages. I saw that's got like action film written all over it. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
I've not read that.
I mean, I did get an LA producer contact me about it.
Very nice.
Very, very keen, but Hollywood and money and all this kind of stuff. Things don't pan out. You don't hear back and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that was interesting to even get there and get that contact.
So is that thread done, or might you get a phone call randomly?
Who knows? There's a non-zero chance, is the way I'm looking at it.
Can you?
Your name is.
I almost deleted the email. I was like, "Oh yeah, another spam email." Hang on a minute. That domain sounds interesting. That's a production company I've heard of.
I think that is probably a very real problem because we're all contacted all the time with the Amazing Office.
Yes.
I mean, all of you, you've probably had those offers and just thought it was spam, deleted them.
Go straight to spam.
Yeah.
Are you able to now? Only Charlie, I believe, has read an advanced copy of First Mage on the Moon. Can you elaborate without spoiling, just maybe a little bit? How does somebody in a fantasy setting, even if they're a mage, deal with gravity, deal with zero atmosphere, etc.?
Well, I mean, you could just say magic.
Yeah, but I don't think you did that.
That's a bit of a cheat, isn't it? Magic can't solve everything, especially when you don't know exactly what you're trying to solve.
True.
I mean, one of the problems in space travel, is breathable air. But if you don't know what oxygen is and what air is made up of, how do you deal with that? I mean, you've got things like miners were obviously aware that some air goes bad. You've got gases from minerals and things like that. And then if you advance it a little bit into magic, you've alchemy, and they're very aware that noxious fumes can come off minerals and potions and things like that. So they try and use magic to clean the badness out there. Doesn't work because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just there's no oxygen. You've used it all. So there's a bit of trial and error goes on, shall we say?
Yes,
so there is standard magic as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's essentially taking a lot of inspiration from the Cold War over here on Earth. So you've got two giant empires who are in a Cold War that's heating up again. There's a bunch of mages who have been forced to build weapons, and they've gone a bit rogue, shall we say? And so they're trying to do science with magic, which I found really interesting to write.
Frankly, this book kind of sells itself to a person like me, and I saw that. I'm the resident researcher, meaning that I go and dig up as much dirt as I can on anybody we interview. And we'll get.
Where's the leave button?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're locked in now.
We'll get to this in a sec. I have observed that you are a fan of 16 Ways to Defend a Walled City. So that was my introduction to engineer fantasy, and it blew my fucking mind. I've always been a bit of a tinkerer.
Yes.
And so if it just that you're a fan of that, you gave it 5 stars on Goodreads.
Oh yeah.
Frankly,
there's so many lovely little details in that book. There's one of the things they did in real life, which presumably is how it got it in the book, was if people are digging, tunnels under your walls,
zappers.
You can put water on your walls and go, there's some odd ripples in that. It's almost like there's vibrations from below. And I'm like, that's a lovely little detail. I
forgot that's how they triangulated the sappers that way, and then probably did something brutal to them.
Yeah, I've got a book by Adrian Meyer. it's all about ancient chemical warfare, biological warfare, Romans, the Greeks, and way more of it than I was aware of.
Wow.
And you know, you've got Greek fire and bees, scorpion bombs, just
Damn.
all sorts of cool things.
Hold on. Scorpion bombs.
Yeah. Well, I think we can have those. Is it too late to fit those in a book too, David?
Well, bro, I'm always open. I'm always open to steal ideas from any direction. Bee warfare was a possibility already. I like the idea of bee golems and people controlling bee golems, goblins that control that type of shit.
There's some golems. Are they golems made? Yeah, golems made from bees.
Yes. Wow. They're defending, and I realize I'm putting this out there for anybody to steal, but ideas are cheap and I'm slow. So was I ever going to get to it? Who knows? But I like the idea of goblins that raise bees. And if you come to mess with their crops or their flowers or their honey production, because they make all kinds of varieties of honey that can do different things, they send their fucking bee golems after you. And not only can they like reach down and pick you up and then sting you from every direction, or they could just like shoot a torrent of stingers at you, you know. Anyway.
Oh no, you've just given me an idea now.
So
where's the necromancers? Yeah. Oh, the beehives. Ooh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Undead bees.
Imagine the faces.
I'm not aware of that being done before.
And welcome to Writer's
Workshop. Zombie bee golems.
Yes.
But it's fun to write weird magic, isn't it?
Oh man, I love it. Yeah, and on that, I want to. This is a good segue. Everything is a segue because of the weirdness of my research. But let me find this in a post on fantasyfaction.com in 2018. I know I apologize for how creepy it is when I say this kind of shit.
What do you mean by?
Wow.
You said, for me, the research of seemingly minor details always provides to be a huge part of the creation process, building up worlds like lofty castles made of small Lego bricks, and it invariably leads to so many other interesting ideas and throws up numerous other questions that can help bring everything to life. I love the idea of that too. Little shit. Like a lot of times I'll stop for a month because I want to figure out where would these people find iron. They can't mine. Where else is iron? And I come up with things like, oh, bog iron. So now I got to fall down that wormhole, you know.
Yeah.
It's an ever-present danger, isn't it? You're just like, oh, that's cool. Oh,
God, it is.
So many links. Yeah.
It makes me want to, I need to limit my laptop even further. I told the fellas that I can open Word documents and a Chrome browser, which I realize Chrome is the girthiest of all browsers, but I need to make it even more limited so that I can't open a browser because I will fall down several Wikipedia wormholes just trying to write a thing.
Yeah.
What are some of like your favorite rabbit holes you've gone down as authors? Like, I'll put this to everyone because I think this could be very revealing.
Sewage is a big one.
What is
sewage?
Oh, you did mention that. Same article, you mentioned sewage.
Yeah, absolutely. In my first book, The Traitor God, magic's in your blood and bones. So, you know, that leads you to like other things. It's like, oh, right. So, you know, if it's in your blood and bones and bodily fluids, then what happens when you go to the toilet? You know, then you've got to think of that. And then you're like, right, okay. And then it's like, how do you feed like a massive fantasy city? You know, you hardly ever show farms and whatnot and food distribution, that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, so you've got this massive city and you've got magical crap. You know, if that's going to help crops grow, you're going to collect that.
Yeah.
And you're going to spread that over your farms. And then what if you don't collect it and it just gets flushed out into the rivers? What happens to those rivers?
And the fish.
Well, monstrous fish and, you know, all sorts of weird aberrations.
Yeah. Oh, not shit golems then.
Hey, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Dogma, so.
Yeah.
Tom, what is an odd Wikipedia wormhole of yours? I know you're into Sky Pirates.
Yeah, a piracy one would be it was back in like the golden age of piracy. Like having an actual medically trained doctor on board was exceedingly rare. And quite often that job would fall to the ship's carpenter, which is partly where the whole archetypal wooden leg, peg leg comes from. Is rather than actually fixing a problem, the carpenter's first thought was, we'll remove the limb entirely. And funny enough, I put this in my first book, The Corsair, which I promise is going to come out at some point. And just this little detail of the ship's carpenter was now the doctor. One of my beta readers like, this is amazing. I love this. It's sort of like a stupid little detail, which doesn't really matter.
No, but it's cool. It makes sense, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all the tools already.
Everything he needs. I like. I think so. I research a little bit of everything. I used to make a post about what I've been researching. Stop doing it. I've been looking a lot into gangsters and mafia and the origination of the FBI and what happens when you try to outlaw beer, alcohol, what kind of shit springs up. Because I'm going to put, I wouldn't be the first one to put crime families in a fantasy setting. I won't name everything I'm aware of, but I love the idea of a law organization that started off to fight a very specific problem, but then was not closed after that problem was over. They still have unlimited jurisdiction and the feds. I like the idea of just like, feds, but in a fantasy setting alongside monsters and magic.
Yeah.
That's a thing I want to explore. It'll go hand one way or another. It'll go hand in hand with bee golems, but also ranches and Yellowstone type shit in a fantasy setting. They'll be the Blood Iron Rangers. I reference them. It's because of Bravinci's blood iron weapon.
Yeah,
it's blood iron that made these guys. These guys were like, this shit can't exist. We got to do something about this. And then obviously they failed. You can't stop a thing.
So that's a rabbit hole I went down, and I'm not very good at storing my research. I'll write it all down so I can go and look at it, but I'm not very good at keeping it in there. But just the whole naturally occurring metal stuff and naturally occurring magnetic fields and like we were saying about engineering, like literally magic, like stuff that comes out of the earth that will repel other stuff is like about as magic as it gets, really. But I've gone quite deep into the whole magnet thing. And I actually know a guy who's him and his father set up a magnet factory in like the 70s. So I've been able to plumb him for some like, could a magnet do this? Yes, it could.
That's real cool.
The whole kind of idea of having magnets set up so a force goes around infinitely. Like that is magic, isn't it? Let's face it. That's very cool. Like Skyrim magic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that blacksmiths were so tied into magic way back when. Yeah, definitely.
I've lost some hours and weeks on blacksmithing and that kind of stuff, especially with blood iron, especially with the idea of basically if you wanted to make a sword with your enemy's blood using the iron from blood, you pretty much have to eliminate all your enemies to get enough iron to make said sword. But let's add a pinch of magic. And
is that why it's called irony?
And that's where the word irony comes from. Nice. It's the discoveries, bro. The discoveries.
Not really irony, just irony.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about 300 enemies you'd have to make. That's impressive.
Yeah. But if you have a little, obviously, if you have a little bit of magic, then you could use regular iron as well, or just. And I would show my ignorance very quickly if I try to get into any amount of detail, despite how much I've researched. But
have you tried blacksmithing yourself?
I have not. Well, not officially. I have melted aluminum in a steel crucible over a raging fire, but that's about the extent. And then hit it with a
I've done blacksmithing myself.
I'd love to.
It's it's a real stress reliever when you're hitting that hot metal and sparks are flying off. You're just like, all your troubles just go away. I mean, I've just made some basic things like like a bottle opener and like a toasting fork and a coat hook and these kind of things. But very cool thing to do. Very hard work though.
Yeah.
I'm making a note to myself.
I did blacksmithing day once. I made a knife. Somewhat worryingly, I don't know where the knife is now. It's somewhere.
In one of your enemies, I'm sure.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that pain back here?
I can't quite reach it. Cameron, you're a writer, a swordsman, a gamer, and a archaeology and history fiend. I did digging. All of my research was done today. I've told the boys before, if I do 2 research sessions, that kind of gets into questions that I can ask. Everybody's frozen. Does that mean I'm frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, I see Tom. Okay.
It's more that you nicely froze like that.
We did have a great. That could be the.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Let me do this.
Why didn't I screenshot that when I had the chance?
It's innocuous over here on this side. I promise. It is not a. Can you expound on swordsman? I saw a post of yours where you talk about swords, and we'll get into that. But you're a swordsman.
Yes. I'm not sure if you're aware of HEMA, historical European martial arts.
Now I know what it means.
Yes. So people all over the world have gone back to, all the old manuscripts that still exist and have essentially learned those manuscripts, recreated them, and training and historical swordsmanship. So I've done broadsword, I've done longsword, spears. Spears are excellent fun. Absolutely terrifying things if they're coming towards your face.
Oh yeah.
Just they're so fast. Quarterstaff as well. That's great fun. But it's difficult to spar properly with the quarterstaff because a lot of the strikes, target the knees and the side of your knees, and your knees don't bend that way, so you can't really protect them.
Yeah, it's not designed for practicing.
No, it's not. So I do have several swords.
We love it when I guess bring weapons.
Yeah, a lot of guests seem to have a lot of weapons.
They really do.
There's a theme. There's a definite theme.
There appears to be some kind of a warhammer above your head, behind you, but like.
Mm-hmm.
A small warhammer back there, maybe big. I can't tell how far away it is. What if it's 8 feet long?
There you go.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
That's a head opener right there. Ouch.
Yeah. So that'll be appearing in a future book, hopefully.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm assuming that's not a medieval hardware store.
No. But it says it's very functional. And probably my favorite thing though is I don't know if you can see the bronze sword there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's essentially Briar's sword from the Last Shield.
Oh right, nice.
Yeah. So that's an exact recreation of a Scottish sword, bronze sword. Essentially made exactly how they would have made it. By a guy called Neil Burridge, who's bronzesmith of the gods.
Whoa.
I kind of like to collect my character's weapons, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting hobby.
Regarding swords, in 2018 on the Fantasy Inn. Sorry for doing that. I hate doing that. You made a whole post. I think it was the cover reveal for The God of Broken Things. And you discuss a lot of different variations of swords. And I remember you mentioning, and I was happy to read it, that essentially, well, first off, it goes into detail about how versatile and great swords are for everything. And then you were like, but that's actually a load of bollocks. Pick a spear every time, kind of. I have a character in my book and in the upcoming book who is a spear fanatic, and they put him to great use because they have to repurpose all the swords to do woodwork because they're whatever. But so now everybody has to fight with a spear, and so this kid is basically handling everybody with the spear. But it was cool to see your post on that, and you mentioned a sword that looked just god awful that can be worn as a belt. The Yarumi sword.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like a flail made of steel strips, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most lethal swords to the user. Yeah,
I'm going to have to...
like, flexible bits of steel. No.
And the picture you had, somebody had two of them. He was dual wielding these things.
Yeah,
I got to find a video on that.
Someone pulls two of those out. I'm just like, nah, you're all right.
Yeah. They looked brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing with spears is, sure, you've essentially just got a big knife at the end of a very long stick.
Yeah,
it's as basic as it gets, and it lasted for so long because it was so effective.
Yeah.
And then if someone gets up close, you've still got the other end of the spear you can brutalize them with,
Yeah. Bash their knee.
Or you can just drop it and pull out your knife or whatever, But, I mean, if you're fighting indoors, spears are probably not the way to go.
That is a good point.
Oh, zombies. I've always thought spears and zombies probably not good. They're gonna keep moving forward, aren't they?
Yeah, I would just turn them around and then just hit them over the head with the other end. It's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah, like if you had a spear, you could whittle down a herd pretty easily if you were fast enough.
If a blow to the head, if compromising the brain stops them, and you were a good shot, like you're shooting pool, going for the head. I'm looking to see how this book rates it. This book says that the crowbar is the ultimate tool against zombies. Doubles as a means to get into it as a tool. You can get into any door with it.
Yeah.
Not too heavy.
I'm happy with the chainsaw myself.
Chainsaw. It does. This one says the chainsaw is
documentary.
This book hates the chainsaw.
Ash versus Evil Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really
that's too cool.
constructive documentary.
Anyways, listen, I gotta bring up another post of yours. What jump into here? We're gonna jump to Facebook or Instagram. You where is it at? There it is.
First.
On March 24th, I'm gonna stop saying the dates. I'm just gonna say what you made a post recently discussing a thing called hagstones.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome things.
Which are, you said they're you have one.
I've got several now.
And for the fellas, this is a stone made by erosion.
Yep.
Right.
Or sometimes, like a little sea creature sometimes bore through rocks. But either way, it's a natural process. And, you can find them on beaches and things like that. And they've been called many things over the years.
Yeah.
But they all have, folkloric, magical attachment to them. Usually it's like good luck charms, things like that. But if you also look through the hole, you can see the other world. You can see, ghosts and fairies and all that sort of thing.
I got to tell you why that was the coolest thing for me to find today. Several years ago, maybe 10, I don't even know. I went caving with my buddies in Alabama, a place called Tumbling Rock Cave. It's a 5-mile deep cave. Casuals stop about 2 miles in, but if you're not casual, you push your way through what's called the suicide squeeze, where you're doing like this. I cured some amount of claustrophobia doing it, but beyond it,
after that,
I
nothing's
found-
going to be so bad.
I found this in the
Wow.
cave.
Nice.
Very nice.
I thought it was a bone. It's a rock. And you're not supposed to, when you're caving, you're not supposed to, you only take pictures, you only leave footprints. But it was so small, I had to grab it. Little did I know it was a folkloric hagstone.
Very much so, yeah.
That's too cool. I had to show you.
That's awesome.
There is a chance that thing is cursed.
Yeah.
There really is. And now it's inside my house. It's been in my garage till now. Now it's right here at the riding station. So we'll find out.
Okay. Get back out. Get out of the house.
That's one of those things where I just note the fuck out. Like the what was it? The nutty puppy, was it? That they close it off. So that guy just got stuck upside down.
Oh yeah.
And they couldn't get him out.
Yeah,
What a way to go.
I've seen some of the videos of that place. And,
so there are there are caves somewhere, not in Alabama. Alabama is of a certain stone, but somewhere else not far from here, I think it's limestone caves where the moisture over years and years changes it. Ceiling may kind of compress down. Sometimes the ceiling falls. But yeah, a guy got stuck in there for days and days. They're bringing him in coffee and liquor, but eventually he just died upside down, shaped like an L, with his legs at an angle. Yeah, one of the buddies of mine, the first time I went caving, he sent me an hour-long podcast on that guy the day before we went caving because he knew I was claustrophobic and he was fucking with me. And it was the worst thing I could have read before this because I almost panicked. I remember I'm in the squeeze and I look up at my buddy who's significantly less skinny than me, which most people are less skinny than me, but his ass was taking up the entire, it was blocking the whole thing. And I remember thinking, if this ceiling, I'm on my back somehow, if this ceiling shifts a couple of inches, this is where I will be for the rest of days.
And that's the last thing.
And I started and I'm like, I start panicking a little bit. I get through, I sit there on a stone, kind of breathing real deep for a bit, knowing I had to come back through the other way eventually. But
you had to come back. Double no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I could
going through an actual gigantic hagstone, and now you're in the other world.
Yeah. And it's not comfortable either. You have on knee pads, you have on a helmet, but those stones, they're pointy. It's not a smooth, nice little shaft or anything. There's another way we could have gone back out. It's called the blue crawl. And on that one, you have to, before you go in, you pick which one of your arms is going to be up. Because once you're in this tunnel, there is you don't have room to do this. It's one or the other. And none of us had the kahunas to do that. We did not go to the blue crawl.
That's
suicide squeeze. Was it.
Did you enjoy it?
Anyways. I loved it. I went back. I've done it twice now. 2 or 3 times I've done it. This in a 5-mile cave is crazy long. You get to one room and you look at we have huge lights and you change the batteries out constantly. And I would rely on my little light for here and there. But you come to caverns where one of the caverns at the very back, and I have the map pulled up. I just to remember its name. The very, very back of this place is something called the Pillar of Fire. And I feel like it had another name. But you come into a room and straight ahead, there's a mountain made of mud. You can't see the top no matter what kind of light. So you just start climbing this mountain. To your left and right are slide marks where somebody before you has slid back down this mountain, and it's probably 45 degrees, if not greater. And sometimes there's platforms you can rest on, but inside you can't see the ceiling anywhere. It's just complete. If you turn your lights off, completely black, no animals at all. I mean, now and then we'd see a bat, a tiny, tiny little bat. But you're climbing this muddy mountain, and at the very top is what's called the Pillar of Fire. It's this very cool stalagmite that goes from ceiling to ground, and it glows a weird color if you aim a light at it. But you got to fight for it. And this is after going through 5 miles of this shit. The problem is you get to a place like that and you start thinking about the fact that you got a wife and kids back home. What the fuck am I doing in this hole in the ground where I might die? And so it does a real number on your constitution or your mental, your health, or I don't know.
Knowing you've got to get all the way back, so the further you go,
Got to
the further
do.
you
Yeah,
go.
I hate. That's kind of the bad part too. You have to redo everything. You're covered in mud by this point.
You can't
Boots are
do
probably
a
so.
circuit and then pop out the other side.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you run into a fucking bee golem.
Oh my god.
Well, I think
that or the other thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's more likely.
Column.
The shit
That's
golem.
not mud.
And you climbed up him. You climbed up him. He was there having a rest, and you climbed up his back.
And he wakes right. An eye opens up on this mud pillar. Mwah, it just opens. They all made fun of me. The first time I went in there, I brought a machete. They're like, "What the fuck are you gonna do with a machete in there?" I was like, "I've been watching too many movies, boys. I'm not going in here without a weapon. There's no way."
You've seen The Descent, then?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a quality film. Man, that freaked me out.
Yeah, it's so claustrophobic. Yeah.
I've never done anything like that, but I did years ago in South Africa. There's like a where my wife's from. There's like a park, a sort of park that got rides and all sorts of things. But you could go down an old mining sort of cave. It was a little train thing, but it went down. It took you about 1 kilometer underground, and you could go out to just the start of where they used to go down. I was like, no. Just when you think of how much rock's above your head, and it's like, no.
Oh yeah.
And if you look, and on the ground in front, you'll see like pieces of rock that have fallen. Maybe it was 100, 200 years ago that it fell. You don't know. It could have been 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They could fall at any time. It's unsettling for sure.
Twice.
Oh, a bunch of times. We've been to a few caves with these guys, they are, which I've never done that. That feels cranking the irresponsibility dial up to 11 is what vertical caving feels like. But
it's the scuba diving in caves that gets me.
Yeah.
That's even worse. That's up to 12.
Yeah.
And yet a whole nother level.
Oh, those. What was it? That was it. Thailand. Those guys got those kids out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the guys was Australian, I think, but that was just like having to effectively anesthetize them so they didn't freak out.
Yeah.
Soccer team, right, or something like that. Football.
Yeah. They got in, and then the water rose, and they got trapped in there, and then the only way to get them out, but they had to sort of give them enough to sort of obviously because it's just so they could effectively get them out without freaking out, but not so much that something would happen to them, and it's like
Yeesh.
Anyway, on that happy note.
Anyway,
on that happy note, Kevin,
You're writing about caves now.
you build Legos.
Yeah.
What are your favorite sorts of Lego sets to build? I've got a couple around here that we've built with the kids. There's a thing
dinosaurs,
from Ragnarok.
Castles. Love all the kind of medieval stuff.
I want to ask you to show your age, but back in the day, there were a bunch of medieval Legos. When I was a kid, and this is like 90s, I used to have a bunch of them.
I had the yellow set, the yellow castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't remember what mine was.
Late 70s.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, my space Lego was the blue and red.
Oh, yeah.
Moon bases. You had the little sets with the craters on that you could.
Nice.
Yeah, little flat bits. Yeah.
So that's how I started as well with the moon craters and things. And now I've got like the Lego Saturn V and the Lego Moonlander, which are just amazing. And I'm just like, wow, Lego's come a long way.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because years ago, I think my brother's got it now, but my mum kept all our Lego from when we were kids, and we had one of those it was like a big sack that all the bricks went in, and you tied up. There was probably 3 or 4 kilograms of Lego in this thing over two child. In fact, in mine and my brother's childhood, and actually, I think we might pretty still have it here somewhere. And I think she brought some of it out for the kids to play with, and you present it. And I remember, I think it comes my son and one of my daughter's friends will get the Lego. Yeah. And you put all these bits, and then what do we do with it? Because they got so used to everything being a set.
It's sandbox. It's completely sandbox for them.
And And once they got the concept of you could do whatever with it, it was like they were just like, this is fantastic. You know, that's been done for a couple of hours. You know, it's
Yeah,
great
but
fun.
you can do all sorts of cool things. There's my Edwin Walker from the Traitor God.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, nice.
His hair could be a little wilder, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I couldn't get more wild hair.
Nice. So I wanted to ask you a question about a book we've not mentioned yet. An amazing book, Maleficent 7.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Loved it.
I
Loved
was
that
going to
book.
ask that as well.
So much fun.
And ever since I started reading that book, I have had this question that I wanted to ask you. I wanted to explore how did you go about making everybody so villainous, but so kind of heroic and lovable at the same time?
Quite easily, to be honest. I mean, my problem with villains and as you know, semi-protagonists in fantasy and other things as well is let's give them a tragic backstory. Let's justify them, things like that.
Yeah.
And then inevitably give them a redemption arc.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know what? Some people are just bad.
Yeah.
So don't give them a redemption arc. Just make it
Let 'em
interesting.
be.
You don't have to
Yeah.
like them. Just make them interesting.
Yeah.
True.
And it comes out. I think we've said this before, isn't it? It's like, if you look at history, most people don't think they're bad. They're just agenda or their ideal is just so alien or far, far from the social norm or their opposition or whatever it is. It's like, well, there you go. I'm going to be evil today. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I mean, in the Maleficent 7, you've got the orcs who just have a very different life cycle in society, and humans like, they're absolutely brutal, and sure they are, but in their society, they have very little food, and a lot of the young don't survive to adulthood, and this is very different. So evil in human terms, I guess, but I mean, don't really care if they kill the humans either.
I have to say there was lots of
humans aren't very good.
Yeah, I like that. I like.
There was loads of times when I thought, is he doing it? Is he going on the redemption? Is he doing it? Is he doing it? And then he never did it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, just let villains be villains. Have fun with them. That was the main thing for me. Have a blast writing these 100% villainous characters, and
That's cool.
Yeah, don't soften it at the end and make it worse.
I've got a question about that as well. The Maleficent 7. You published in 2021. 2 years later, a guy called Sebastian published a book, Malevolent 7.
We did an event in Edinburgh together. We were having a bit of a laugh about that. How people get them confused.
Yes,
and,
The Good Fight. The
Yeah.
panel you guys were on was called The Good Fight. Sorry.
It was, yeah. And we were kind of like, do you know what? Maybe they'll just buy both books. Win-win.
Yeah.
Truly. Who would win in a fight? And this is an completely unfair question. Would it, if the Malevolent 7 faced off against the Maleficent 7, who would come out on top?
I'll say it's a draw.
Okay, fair.
Oh.
Very, very, very diplomatic answer for you. I got to tell you something else though. There's an author named Carl Bray. He published a Western horror novel in 2014 called The Maleficent 7.
Oh.
In 2018, it was by his description, re-edited and re-editioned. I don't know what that means, as the Malevolent 7, number 7. Now,
Oh, okay.
since then, and this is 2014 and 2018, since then they've both been unpublished. Before that, though, it did earn 1 5-star review. I don't have a question at the end of this fun fact. I just thought I'd bring it to your attention. I don't think he has any other books either. I don't think he has anything published currently, but while looking this up, I did see Carl Bray from Manchester published a Western horror, which the Western makes sense because that makes me think of like the Hateful Eight
Yeah,
and that type of stuff.
I mean, it's very much based for me on the Seven Samurai.
Yes.
But it's kind of hard to do a fantasy book calling them, samurai when it's so tied to Earth. So it was more of a play on the Magnificent Seven.
For sure.
But I think it's more Seven Samurai for me.
That brings me to that makes me think of a question that I'd not thought of. Are you familiar with the movie called Rebel Moon? Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Yes.
I have seen it. Yes.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have seen it as well. I didn't realize it, but he was inspired by Seven Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy loves Zack Snyder. He loves everything Zack does. And not last year, several years back, I had the flu. I was stuck in bed, and finally, I had no excuse not to watch the fucking Rebel, whichever one.
There was nothing
Which
else.
one though? That's the question. I'm sure one of them I will enjoy more than the
Okay.
others. I don't know which one.
I don't know, man. I don't
I
know.
mean, the robot is like class, and then
I love the robot, but in movie 1, he's hardly in it.
Yeah.
So the second,
it's the best story arc in the whole thing, and then
it is. He is. The second one, though, Scargiver, I think that's what I watched, and I actually put it on 1.25 speed because Zack Snyder loves his slow-mo, dude. Every 5 minutes is another slow-mo. I put it on 1.25, and that's the best recommendation I can give you. If you're going to watch the movie, speed it up. It almost looks like a regular movie. Apologies to anybody who loved those films.
So long.
So long, so slow. There's sex scenes that go on for like 5 minutes. Like, dude, it's not the 90s. If we wanted to see this stuff, there's means for us to watch this kind of thing. If we want to see this, for the love of God. Anyway.
What
A resounding recommendation. I mean, if I wanted to watch those films, I'd just go back and watch an old film called Battle Beyond the Stars.
Battle Beyond the Stars.
Furiously basically Magnificent Seven in space.
Oh, nice. Is it good? Do you recommend it?
I remember it being good. In a very B movie kind of way.
For sure. Regarding games, you're a gamer as well. What sort of games do you enjoy?
Whole mix. Mostly RPGs, real-time strategy as well. I really like any building game. There's like a game called Medieval Dynasty, where you run about skinning animals and building your wooden houses in a village and things like that. Whole mix, really.
Me too. I don't have a ton of time these days, but I do too.
Well, that's the problem with RPGs. Sucks you
True.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got things like the D&D game. You've got Witcher 3. Obviously, the Skyrim as well. That took a lot of my time.
Oh, me too. I think I've owned Skyrim. I've probably owned 4 or 5 different versions. I've owned the VR of it twice on the PlayStation VR, which it's very cool to shoot a bow and arrow, but I also get motion sick pretty quick, jumping off cliffs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
and then a giant machine, you go flying.
Yes. Go to the moon by a giant kick.
I mean, one of the things that I keep going back to Skyrim for is the exploration.
I love that.
Yeah.
Not even the fighting. You just stumble across some cool little place someone's put in, and I really love that in a game.
That's why I've never beaten Skyrim, because
Yeah, me too.
I just walk out of town. I look over that way. I'm like, what's that? And there's a cave. Go in a cave.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably did prefer parts of Morrowind, if you've played that.
Yes.
Because Skyrim levels with you. Morrowind did not.
That's true. No, yeah, that is true.
I'll just go into that cave, and there's a lich that's like 20 levels above you, and
stomps the shit out of. Yes, I like that.
Yeah. And then you wait, and you go back.
Yeah.
To me, I always liked Oblivion. I thought that had like the great make weight between like the real RPG stuff and game mechanics. I think Skyrim could have been a bit more Oblivion-like. It would have elevated it for me.
Oblivion was a leap from Morrowind for sure.
Yeah. I think before that it was the Ultima games for me.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, what was it? Was it Ultima 7 or 8? Pagan. The one that starts with a murder scene.
I don't remember.
Like, okay.
Too long. That's old school there. I'm gonna go through these notes if it kills me. This is a little bit of a jump. In January you were recording. I believe you were recording the audiobook for First Mage on the Moon. What's her face was somebody with a very cool name. Where's her name? Irondale or something like that.
Yes, Tess
Iron something.
How cool is that name?
It's the coolest name. But you
oh look, I'm recording fantasy audiobooks. I wonder how that happened.
How could they have chosen her? Was that your? I don't remember. Something about the post that I saw though gave me the impression that you had not done an audiobook before that. Is that true, or are your other books?
I've not listened to one live.
Oh, live.
Yes. So Tess has a Discord where she does live readings.
Oh, cool.
Which is interesting because you get to hear the unfinished product, and I'm like, wow, this is so weird for me. People are listening to my book get recorded, and then she'll stop it because I'm in the chat and say, "Oh, hello, how do you pronounce this?"
Speaking of cold reads, then, or is it like the actual finished article she's doing?
Yeah, a bit of both. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Did you have to, when you're recording that, did you have to then decide how things were going to be pronounced? Because I did. The first time was when I was getting my book recorded with audio. Till then, I just suffice to read them.
Yeah, I mean, every time I get a book that's going through audio, you usually get like a whole list of like names and how do you pronounce these phonetically and things like that. So when I'm writing a book now, I just immediately go, all right, I'm going to put all these names in a sheet and how I pronounce them. Because it'll come up later.
I've forgotten half of what I told John Waters of how to pronounce the stuff in my book. So if somebody were to say it to me in the wild, I'd be like, who, what? And that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there are authors that put in, like Welsh language or Scottish Gaelic, and the pronunciation is just no. So, if I put those things in, I want to know how to say it right myself, or I'll just make something up.
Author's prerogative.
That's right.
I mean, if you get some stuff wrong, it's not great. It's especially if you're writing about horses. People really don't like when you get horses wrong.
That's why I don't have horses, dude. That's why everybody's riding hybrid orca wolves.
Land sharks. Yeah.
Land shark, bark sharks. Because I don't know horses. Yeah. And so pass me on that. That's going to suck because eventually there's going to be, I'm writing in the same world. A lot of my books will happen in the same world, if not all of them. And eventually there'll be a large, kind of Western sort of civilization. But no horses, unless something happens in my life to where I get super educated about horses, but I don't foresee that. I don't know that I'll ever have horses in there.
I've read some books, and they treat them like motorbikes.
Yeah, my first book, I probably did the same. This one here, this had horses, and I learned names like gelding, mare, stallion, and then I thought I knew fucking everything, and I started, now they're motorcycles. What else? What else do you need to know? Give them grass and they go.
You can enter them in demolition death derbies.
They don't do well in there.
It's kind of like the polar opposite of someone like Miles Cameron. He goes into logistics.
Oh yeah.
He's like, okay, so if you've got like a cavalry force, how much grain are you going to have to feed them every day?
I like that.
This kind of stuff. And
have you fought him? Have you sword fought him in real life?
No, absolutely not. I
I've
would
seen
recommend it.
He had that series Writing Fighting where he would show you little moves and basically sling somebody's weapon out of their hand or get stabbed to death. That was very cool. I always liked those.
He did a Cutlass episode, and I've used
good.
it so much in my books. It was such a good series.
Nice.
He also goes camping, and
Real camping too.
Real camping, and off in Canada for like 2 weeks at a time, and full period stuff.
Yeah,
full period gear, clothing,
no lighter,
camping. Nope. Proper job.
Yeah.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to to do a thing like that with somebody like him who knows what to bring.
Yeah.
All my buddies.
As opposed to me and you doing it, and then we die in the wilderness somewhere.
Oh, just die so fast. Day one.
I'm dying on day one.
My buddies, I'll camp in the rough with no electricity and no water, but the majority of my friends, they want to go to a campsite. It's got electricity, it's got water. They want to set up the projector, watch the game, or play Super Nintendo on their emulator in the middle of the night, or watch a slasher flicks in the woods. It's cool, but I do like actually roughing the shit out of it. Not quite Miles Cameron level.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a slasher movie out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. You do it yourself.
That's couch stuff.
Yourself out.
Yeah, just go off. just head out.
That noise.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Wolf Creek was a documentary after all. So,
Charlie, that sun has risen, and it looks like it wants to get in your eyes.
I'm getting lower and lower.
Yeah, I met the guy from Wolf Creek.
Yeah, no,
he's a really nice guy.
Really?
Yeah, and he was happy to like jump into character and scare the shit out of you as well. he was a really decent guy.
It's always good when someone enjoys their work.
Yeah. Well, I think that was in part based on there was a actual guy that did something fairly similar. And there's a certain forest in parts of Australia that a lot of backpackers went missing.
Fun.
Yeah, I think he died now, but I don't think they ever thought they got everybody. But unfortunately, but yeah, wasn't a nice man.
I like talking. This is a good episode about people falling into horrible situations.
Horrible death.
There's been a nice amount of show and tell all the way through, which has broken up all the horrible claustrophobic death and violence. Very nicely.
I'd say that the first mage is very, very, whilst it is a horrible world, it is a very, very positive book. So don't get it wrong.
I mean, as a writer, I should probably be, writing the same thing, but it's not really what I want to be doing. So my first two books were kind of grimdark adjacent, kind of film noir feel things. And then, of course, I did the Maleficent 7, which is about 7 villains. So then I decided to flip that with The Last Shield and do, kind of Gemmel-esque heroic fantasy. So I was like, I've done villains. I want to write a hero now, which was and also one character instead of 7.
Yeah,
which was a relief.
I can't wait. My next book is going to have one point of view. I swear to God.
You lie. You know that won't happen.
I know, but I want it to.
But your plot whips along when you've got one character.
I know. Folks are like, I wrote 1,500 words today. I'm like, I don't even know whose point of view I could squeeze 1,500 words out of at this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's it. I mean, that pace of last year was what was so gripping by it, because you really felt like you're being dragged through, almost you're doing it real time as the story's unfolding.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to fall into the Wheel of Time middle books trap, where you've got so many characters in so many different places that your entire book takes place in like 2 or 3 days, and the plot falls. Yeah.
That's why I'm writing. That's why this is going to be a duology instead of a trilogy. I'm going to cut out the middle book syndrome by just not having a middle book.
That's exactly what I did with the first two, even though I pitched it as a trilogy.
And yet your publishers still like publishing your book, so they didn't mind.
They clearly didn't.
I know.
Is First Mage, is this a standalone, or is this?
Yes, that is a standalone as well.
You're smarter than I am.
The good thing with standalones is you have no deadlines.
No.
You don't. It's like, oh, we do the sequel now. You've got 6 months to do it in. It's like, no, it's standalone. I'm just on to the next thing, which is going to take as long as it takes.
Yeah, I wondered that, but there's a nice sort of postscript that I thought, that's perfect. It's sort of
open ended a little.
Yeah, no. Well, for me, it was a sort of a nice sort of postscript to the story, because without giving the plot away, it starts in a pretty bad place, and part of the readers are fascinated. Well, how did they even get here? So it's obviously the telling of how they got there, and there are some great characters. And I've noted, I think, a bit of a Pratchett fan, and I got a little bit of that vibe from the story of this group of motley group of
it's
effectively R&D nerds. So going a bit
it's the total irreverence of Pratchett, really. You're writing about horrible worlds and engineering, but magic. So you did that kind of thing so well. It's kind of hard not to think of that a little bit.
I know. It's funny if I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you before I read it, so it wasn't like I went with a preconceived thing. That was just that sort of. I got that sort of feeling from having read it. There's a cast of characters you get very sort of close to, and you worry about them, but knowing how some things, well, not everybody's going to. There's that sort of jeopardy there again. Well, not everybody's going to make it out of this. So,
well, I mean, when I was little, I seen the Challenger disaster.
Oof.
So it's kind of hard to write any book about space travel. It's going to be super safe, super easy, because
exactly. I was talking about with my kids when the armistice was coming back, and they were talking about the re-entry, and like effectively saying nobody has come in that fast before because of the distances that they're traveling. And just and probably young people forget about Challenger and think people are going up. There's billionaires go up to space all the time. How dangerous can it be? And
low Earth orbit is there. 25,000 miles an hour is very fast to hit anything, including atmosphere, for sure.
Yeah.
I know they were scared shitless the whole time, even until they hit the water. Probably still scared after hitting the water. Maybe not.
How well does this thing float?
Does it float? Oh my gosh!
There's a lot of trial and error in the early space program, which they don't have time to do all of that. So a lot of it's kind of cobbled together. Mathematics, theory, science, how to get it up there in the first place, breeding.
Did you write yourself into while working on this book? Would you find yourself kind of backed in a corner, like, well, how the hell are they going to figure this out? And then you had to pretty much get down with them and just figure it out.
No, not really. Probably because I've been a fan of anything space travel related. since forever. I was like, what do I want to be when I grow up? An author and an astronaut. You know, that's the two things. So I'm 50% there.
Yeah.
It was more, how do they do these things?
Yeah.
How much science could they discover, and how could magic help that or replace it? So it was kind of those things. Because if you go too much magic and magic can do anything, where's the challenge?
Yes.
You know?
And there's no peril then, is there? So.
Yeah, and then if magic can do that, and you're in the middle of a war, why don't they have all these other things like
just magic it away, magic the problems away?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one wants to read that story?
No. Did your previous works before First Mage on the Moon, were there like technological or engineering kind of aspects to those as well, or was this the first time you really got to explore
Funnily
that?
enough, the in the Last Shield, it's
I was going to say
it's kind of the reverse, because it's set in a sort of Scottish Bronze Age, so it's like, oh, what did they have and what didn't they have, and it's a surprising amount of engineering that they did have. And I'm like, oh, okay, right, so they've got that, and then you get stuck on to researching yarn and making cloth. And you know, all these other little world building things you include about 1% of in a book.
Yeah.
So that understanding is put into good effect as far as methods of dispatching people.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I read. This one leaves off where I pick up, and I've been working on book 2. There are some people that are on an island, an uninhabited island. It's a whole civilization, or like a town's worth of people, and now they've got to survive there. And so the opportunities to procrastinate by going down wormholes are nonstop. That's finding iron. What are they wearing? And again, like, this is the place where they turn their swords into planers to make wood to build up things. They're also going to have to like repel some enemies, Swiss Family Robinson style. So they're working on traps and things like that. And all of that is an opportunity. But I love it. I love doing all that research. Hey. Even if it only stays in my head long enough, 10 hours becomes one sentence. That's frustrating, but it's still cool.
Hey, it worked for the Ewoks, so
yeah.
We're at an hour, which I know we're trying to control ourselves and not spiral into infinity times. There's a thing that I like to do with guests. If they review on Goodreads, I like to look and see how I compare it's a little self-indulgent, but I compare what they've scored books to how I've scored books. If we have a few minutes, fellas.
Sure.
Okay. I'll make it so fast.
I just want to see where you're going with this.
Oh, nowhere useful, surely.
Maybe I will say is I don't review books I don't enjoy.
I saw a lot of gaps. I don't bring those up. I'm not trying to ruffle anybody. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody, anything like that.
These days I just don't finish a book I'm not enjoying.
Me either. And it's
that's the thing. Like, there's so little time to read what you want.
So many books. I meet so many people doing this too. You've given me like 3 of your books are standing out to me. Topmost, First Mage on the Moon, because the engineering aspects of it. Okay, I'll make it so quick. I did observe that I have not yet ranked, and I need to, The Bone Ships, Gunmetal Gods, 16 Ways to Defend Walled City, and We Ride the Storm. I've not. I think you gave all these 5 stars.
Yeah,
I need to catch up on my. I'm just such a fucking slacker. Okay, but things that we have both ranked: Priest of Bones, 5 stars.
Yes.
I found this one kind of funny. Medieval Castle. I've not read this. The Medieval Castle, Life in a Fortress in Peace and War. You gave it, this was 2021. You gave it 2 stars. I feel like it might be historical, and I think it probably pissed you off. Is what I extrapolate.
It may very well have done that. Yes.
Another one, Britain and the Celtic Iron Age. You gave that one 3 stars. I assumed that it was. I think you said something like it's got cool pictures. And that was
it's one of these ones. It's a bit light on the details, but cool pictures. Yeah.
The first book of Lieber Fritz. You and I both gave that one 4 stars. I guess that's Fafhrd the Gray Mouse and the Gray Mouse.
Yes.
Monster Hunter International. You gave it 2 stars. I gave it 3 stars. I seem to remember that as gun jock.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. It was fine.
It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends
Bitter
what you're
Seed.
looking for, I suppose.
True. And it didn't scratch a whole lot. I don't really care anything about guns. I know I'm the only American who doesn't, I guess. Bitter Seeds.
You lose your passport, man. Watch out.
Boys, we'll go into story time one day. Anyways, not today. Bitter Seeds. That's a rare book. Not everybody knows about this. It's a World War II book with mages and like techno. I don't remember what all. You gave it 5. I gave it 4 stars. I don't remember why I gave it 4.
It's super weird.
Very weird.
Underrated books. Yeah.
It is. Ian.
Bitter Seeds.
Bitter Seeds. World War II, and there are like seers.
It's like Nazi super villains versus British wizards.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Weird concept, but very cool. Very cool story. The Heroes. You gave it 4 stars, and I forgive you. I gave it 5 stars. I can't not give it 5. I got a copy signed by the man himself. And the way he head hops in that final battle, I stole it directly off of him. I do the same thing in a couple of battles here. I'll do it the same in book 2. I couldn't not give it 5 stars.
I think I read that immediately after Best Served Cold.
That's follow. Best Served Cold is almost another one of those Maleficent 7 type dams because they collect a bunch.
I think I rated that one higher, which is why I couldn't put Heroes on the same level.
True. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I was on a panel with Joe at Dublin WorldCon.
Really?
So that was interesting. Absolutely massive packed hall. So it was like Joe Abercrombie, Nana Smith Spark, thing. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are here for him.
No, they were there for you.
We're lucky to have Anna join us for one of our RPG sessions, and she's
wild.
She made our dear master here squirm, which we loved.
That's the only one I haven't watched back.
Speaking of anti-heroes or straight up antagonists, we all became the bad guys following her, just trying to keep up with her.
Right. Actually, that's good. Yeah, that we went very dark there, and
we did. I mean, murdering innocents.
Now we know that Cameron's a gamer. You'll have to come and do one of the RPG sessions with us.
Yeah, be more than welcome.
Okay, final books. Red Rising, Morning Star, Gold Sun, 5 stars from both of us. Which I got to give those 5 stars as well, because that trilogy is why Violence and Vigilance is present tense. Mm-hmm. He scarred me like that. Kings of the Wild. Kings of the Wild got 5 stars from us both, which that's a great book. Hilarious. I feel like Nicholas Eames may have written something on the cover of, or you have a shout out from him on the cover of one of your books, possibly.
It's really weird that I've had so many excellent quotes from people. People I know. I'm like, what's going on? Proper authors.
Very cool.
And then Mike Carey's new book, Once Was Willem. I'm on the cover of that. On the back cover, and I'm just like, ooh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. I was a big fan of Hellblazer. And Lucifer, and then the fiction after that, the Felix Castor books.
Okay. Final book in my little list here, and this is a forbidden book that I'm not allowed to bring up anymore because I bring it up too much.
Wonder what that could be.
Do y'all know? Do you fellas fancy a guess as to what book this is?
Is it Lonesome Dove?
It's.
Oh no. He's selling his ends, isn't it?
He knows. Zenlin of Sins. I gave it 5 stars because of that guy's a poet. The phrases that he turns in that book, I could go back and read it again and learn more crazy shit about writing yet again. You gave it 4 stars. That's completely fair. Some people, that book bounced right off them. Yeah.
It's a boring world if everyone likes the same things.
Yeah. Very cool. I apologize for bringing that book up. I told the boys I would not bring it up again, but when I saw it, I had to.
Well, at least you had some context for it this time.
I did.
Yeah.
He just like copies and pastes it into the Discord randomly every few days.
Yes, we get it.
Yeah, I will read it. I do own a copy. It's like there.
Know that it might bounce off you. It's not for everybody. It's whimsical, feels kind of parable-like, but the way you won't see a cliche phrase in his writing. Say what you will about the story, you will not find a Cheshire grin or any other kind of abused cliche phrase.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for indulging that, guys.
Very welcome.
First Mage on the Moon is out in 3 days or 2 days for Charlie.
I know.
Yeah,
or as I'm saying, T minus.
T minus.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
So
appropriate.
final
I
question.
can
What
use all the NASA stuff.
you totally can. Yeah. The final question is, what's next?
Well, I've got 2 books I'm editing just now, so I guess we'll see if someone wants to buy them.
Buy them. We need these books. Those have been so good.
The one I'm editing up at the moment is it's a wizard's retirement home, as in an escape from a wizard's retirement home. One of these mad ideas. I'm just like, I'm going to write that.
I think what we can be sure of, whatever comes next, is probably not going to be anything we've read before, given how the other books have progressed.
Sounds like.
Which is good. It's good.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get this idea in your head, and everything just works, and you're like, this is a go. When I came up with the idea for the first Mage on the Moon, it came from what would wizards do about gravity and things like that, and I immediately wanted this is the arc they sent out. So I was like, well, it's engineering. I want a blueprint. I was like,
Yeah.
And Angry Robot were like, yeah, that thematically, yeah, that totally works. And then eventually became this.
Yeah.
Kept some of the blueprint, but put giant Magitech steampunk rocket on it.
That was very cool.
Yeah, that works for me.
And I won't spoil the name, but there's a certain imp in this story which I think they also gave me a bit of a pressure vibe. So yeah, it's very cool.
I mean, you've got to have magical creatures,
Yeah.
No, wizards, they're going to cook something up.
Yeah. No, it's it was a really enjoyable read. As I said, my sort of mini review so far, certainly one of the ones I've enjoyed the most this year. So I'd highly recommend going and grabbing it.
I mean, I like to think it's something a little bit different, and sometimes that's just what you want.
100%. It was in essence what I thought. You've got a pretty shitty world, and some guys saying, we're sick of using our technology for destructive purposes. We want to actually do something altruistic with it. And I think that's, given all the shit golems that we have operating in the world.
Seriously, come on with the shit golems.
Yeah, it was a nice escape. So yeah.
That should be the blurb.
Not the blurb you want in the back of your book. Escape the shit golems.
It's not too late.
Yeah,
I won't be appearing on anyone's book. I know that.
But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun to write as well. I mean, how can you not have fun writing a book about wizards building a rocket to go to the moon? It's just you've
I
got
think
to
that
have
comes
fun with that.
I got to ask you this: is there plastic or
No.
rubber?
Well, there's rubber. Natural
There is
rubber.
rubber.
Yep.
Okay, because that's well.
Which they don't use because they don't have any.
I guess if there are rubber trees, there is rubber.
Yes. But of course, they're they're repurposing war materials. So some of the stuff is make do with what we've got, and other things are let's make something to fix this problem.
I'm stoked about it. That's
and I would add, they don't do it in a week. It is really significant that it does take them quite some time, considerable years to achieve.
It does take them years.
Cool.
It's not the sort of bit where magic just goes, I have this idea, Shazam, there it is.
Right. Rocket ship out of a pumpkin.
That trial and error and the different iterations, and that didn't work. So now we have to do this, and
I'll tell you why. What a reason that's. I'm trying not to go down wormholes and tangents. I want to one day write airships, not unlike Tom, but the airships that I'm infatuated with are vacuum airships. There was a guy some time ago, right before the Wright brothers got the plane in the air, who was convinced that vacuum airships were the future, and he tried to get funding and he tried to make prototypes. Fell through, never happened. But I'm like, with a little bit of magic, this could be a thing.
I mean, you've got this confluence of magic and engineering, get them to work together, and wow, you can do some really cool things.
Yeah. Okay. I'm stoked about your book. I look forward to reading it and or hearing it read.
And we'll look forward to Vacuum of the Gods when it comes out in 2029.
I wish 2029. Vacuum of the Gods.
They can have that
Weirdly,
one.
it's a good title.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah.
I mean, if I seen that in a bookshop, I'd be like,
What?
Vacuum of the Gods?
The quote on the front would say, "Don't bother me while I'm vacuuming."
Yeah.
The gods.
And avoid the shit golems. No.
Shit golems are their enemies. Bro, wait a second. Ideas are merging.
We'll let Cameron write that one.
I'd rather not.
He's honest. That's good. I like it. Excellent. Well, we'll look forward to reading those when they come out. And guys, in the meantime, Cameron, do you want to ask one of our final, our fun questions that we'd like to ask our guests?
The cage match or the brown bag?
I feel like David was about to ask who would win in a fight between Cameron Johnston and Sebastian de Castel.
Yeah, I thought you were going to ask that as well. Yeah, cage match, I think, yeah.
Get distracted with something and wander off, to be honest. Ooh, look at that sword. Oh, I like that sword. Like, your sword's really good.
Yeah, let's get, having a beer and just talk about swords. No, yeah, I think cage match question. I think.
Tom.
Okay, so the cage match question: you can choose, Cameron, any author, live or dead, to be your one man left standing opponent in a cage match. Who are you choosing?
Oh, I'd probably go for Robert E. Howard, writer of Conan.
Yeah,
he was a boxer and a Texan, really good shot. Let's go.
Dang, that's brave.
Good answer.
That is a good answer.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm assuming you were taking like one of the swords, the hammer.
I was going to say he's bringing a sword or a hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably more of a chance of him winning than, as much as I love him, R.J. Barker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to review Bone Ships.
You really do.
Very crazy book.
What an imagination.
I know.
I love when authors just go wild and make things up.
Yeah.
Definitely. All good. And so apart from going by First Mage on the Moon, people want to check out you, where do they find you online?
Everywhere but TikTok. I've not mastered the art of TikTok yet.
Me either.
Otherwise, just you can get me on my website or Cameron Johnston author on Instagram, or just Google my name, Blue Sky, Twitter, that kind of thing.
Can vouch, it works. You'll find him.
They're talking some nonsense.
All good. Well, thank you very much, Cameron. We appreciate your time coming to chat with us, and
Absolutely.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
We'll, if you like your RPGs, we'll get you back on and let Tom do his worst to do one of our RPG sessions.
Dice throwing.
All good.
I'm not sure I can talk manners.
So everyone, like and subscribe. I think we got off our magic 69 number.
Ah, dang
in
it.
the last few hours. So.
Yeah.
Shame.
So we stopped tittering about that, and we look forward to coming back to you shortly. My mind's gone blank.
Next week, is it next week with a beard in the spotlight?
Indie Spotlight. We've got a beardy takeover with Phil Parker. So
right
for that, and we'll go from there. So I will now try to press all the buttons and work in the right way. But thank you, everybody. And,
thank you again, Cameron.
Take care.
Thanks again. Cheers.
You've been listening to the 4 Beardsmen of the Bookpocalypse. Like, share, and subscribe for